Dogs have certain behaviors that seem strange to us, like licking feet, following you to the bathroom, and sniffing people's behinds. Fortunately, there are scientific studies that have investigated these behaviors, and the answers to some of them are surprising. I'll start with one that has certainly caught your attention at some point. 1. Tilting their head when hearing something. The first thing to know is that dogs have different hearing from us. Sometimes, when they hear a new or interesting sound, they tilt their heads to try to hear better. Their ears are large, and sometimes they need to adjust them to pick up the sound better. Also, they are trying to understand where the sound is coming from. When your dog tilts its head and you laugh or praise it, it loves it. You are giving attention, and that pleases it very much. So, without realizing it, you are rewarding this behavior, and it's likely to continue because it knows you like it. If this behavior surprised you, wait until you see the next one. 2. Digging the ground after doing their business. Many people think that dogs dig to hide their feces, but it's actually something else. Dogs are territorial animals and use their sense of smell to communicate. By digging the ground after doing their business, they are leaving their olfactory mark, their scent. They have scent glands in the pads of their paws, so by digging, they spread their scent around the area. Both males and females do this, leaving information about age, health, and even stress levels. When you see your dog dancing after going to the bathroom, remember that it's leaving its business card. And speaking of their needs, let's see another behavior that is closely related. 3. Circling before doing their business. One of the main reasons is safety. Doing their business is a vulnerable moment for the dog. So before putting themselves in that situation, they make sure there are no dangers nearby. Also, by circling, they're also analyzing the ground, seeing if it's comfortable for them. And furthermore, they are leaving their scent in the area through the pads of their paws. However, if your dog circles a lot and seems to have difficulty, it may be constipated, and it would be a good idea to consult the vet. The most interesting part is the theory that dogs have a kind of internal compass. According to research, they may be using the Earth's magnetic fields to position themselves when doing their business, orienting themselves to the north or south. Curious, isn't it? Now, let's move on to another behavior. 4. Running while sleeping. Have you ever seen your dog moving, kicking, or even running in the air while sleeping? This is common because dogs, like us, also go through the REM or rapid eye movement phase of sleep, where they have vivid dreams. In this state, your dog's body may react to what it's dreaming about, like chasing a ball or playing with another dog. Usually, there's nothing to worry about. It's in its dream world, enjoying a good run. 5. Accompanying you to the bathroom. This is very common and can be for various reasons. Your dog may follow you for pure companionship and affection, since it enjoys being close to you as a social animal. Sometimes, it can be a protective instinct, and some dogs even try to sniff under the door to confirm that you're there and get information about what you're doing. If it becomes anxious or scratches the door when you're inside, it may be a sign that it has difficulty coping with loneliness. We can't forget about the so-called Velcro dogs, breeds that tend to be more attached to humans due to thousands of years of joint evolution. If you have one of these, you know why it follows you everywhere. Now, a behavior that may surprise you. 6. Staring at you while doing their business. If your dog stares at you while it does its business, don't be alarmed. It's actually quite common and has an explanation. Your dog feels vulnerable in those moments and seeks protection and security from you. This harks back to the wild ancestors of dogs, who lived in packs and protected each other, especially in vulnerable situations like this. You may have contributed to this behavior unknowingly. If you rewarded your dog with treats and affection when it was a puppy and did its business outside, it's likely that it has associated looking at you while doing its business with receiving a reward. However, it's important to understand that not all dogs do this. If you have a more fearful or insecure dog, it's more likely to observe this behavior. On the other hand, more confident dogs may take advantage of this moment to mark territory without seeking your gaze. Are you enjoying the video? If so, I ask that you subscribe to the channel and leave a like because it helps me a lot. The channel doesn't have 50 subscribers yet, and you would be helping me a lot. Now, a behavior that dogs really enjoy. 7. Rolling in the grass. When your dog rolls in the grass, it's doing more than just playing. From an ancestral point of view, rolling could be a tactic to mask their scent, a crucial skill when they depended on hunting to survive. Even though your dog doesn't need to hunt now, this instinct is still present. It can also be a way to make their mark clear to other dogs. Sometimes, it's simply an attempt to get rid of a smell they don't like shampoo after a bath. Additionally, rolling is a way to stretch and express happiness. When a dog rolls over on its back, it's in a moment of pure joy, indicating that it feels safe and happy. Now, a behavior that's a bit confusing. 8. Stealing your things and running away from you. Although it may be a headache for you, for them, it's an activity full of excitement and, in a way, a demonstration of affection. Some breeds, like Golden Retrievers, Yorkshire Terriers, and Papillons, are more inclined to become small kleptomaniacs. It doesn't matter if it's a sock, a toy, or even something more valuable. They do it because they find it fun and want to play with you. Some dogs see your belongings as toys and love the idea of a funny chase. For others, it may be a way to get your attention. They know which objects you value, and by taking them, they ensure that you'll chase them and spend time with them. It's their unique way of saying, "Hey, play with me!" It may even be a display of affection, as peculiar as it may seem. Stealing your socks or underwear may be their way of being closer to you, getting involved with your scent. Although this may be frustrating for you, remember that deep down, your dog is just trying to interact with you and show its affection, even if it's in a slightly naughty way. Here, I'll explain another behavior in which your dog interacts with you. 9. Licking your feet. Many dogs like to lick their owner's feet, especially if they smell strong. Although it may seem a bit gross to you, for them, it's a feast. Think that your sweaty feet emit a salty aroma that they simply love. But it's not just about the taste. It's also a communication tool. By licking, your dog can get a lot of information about where you've been and what you've done. And don't forget about love. Often, these foot licks are just your puppy's way of showing how much it appreciates you. So the next time your dog dives into your feet, remember that it's just showing affection in the most canine way possible. Now, let's address a somewhat confusing behavior. 10. Sniffing behinds. Let's talk plainly. Dogs love sniffing behinds, with no distinction between dogs, cats, or humans. They have no qualms about it. But did you know that when your dog sniffs another dog's behind, it's not actually greeting but collecting valuable information? Yes, it's true. They can learn about the other's mood, if they are already acquainted, and even if it's a potential mate. And don't be surprised if your dog also sniffs your behind. Although this may be uncomfortable for you, your furry friend is gathering important information about you thanks to the pheromones released by your apocrine glands. Remember, for dogs, behinds are like olfactory identification. When they do this, they're not greeting. They're asking who you are and how you're doing. Interesting, isn't it? If you found this video interesting, I recommend watching another one that appears on the screen. In it, I talk about what dogs do alone when we leave home. Are they really capable of missing us? I address all of that and more in this video. Click on the screen to watch the video and stay with us.